Hi folks, how you all doing? Crossdust6 here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world, depending on what time you're watching this video, I guess. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you really enjoy my content. And if you want to help the channel out, hit that like button. You can also hit the subscribe button as well if you want to, which would be really good, and it helps the channel out a lot analytically, apparently. Anyway, on with today's gameplay. We are on Highway in the T28 Prototype. I really like this tank. I really do. It's a bit of everything. It's one of these tanks that's versatile. It's not fast, obviously, but it's got a really decent cannon on it. 10 degrees of gun depression. It's got fairly decent frontal armor, side armor, back armor. Forget about that because you haven't got any. But it's pretty good out on the battlefield, in my humble opinion. So looking at the matchup, which is a tier 8. And obviously they've got one artillery, which is good in my favour, because generally artillery knock the crap out of me whenever they're in the matchups that I generally tend to be in. So I'm thinking I'm going to make my way into the town and do a bit of duking it out into the town. But I'm noticing that there's a little congregation of tanks up at A1, A2 area up on the north side of the map. And this is the thing. When you look at the map, you must always just keep peeking over at the map at every available opportunity, because that gives you a ton of information as to where you're best placed on the map. Now, I can see that we haven't really got a lot in the way of defence up on the north, so I'm kind of thinking to myself, should I turn around, should I go back? And I'm kind of mulling this over at the moment, or should I just continue into the city? But now I can see they've taken that tank out that was up at A1, B1. So I'm thinking, now I'm going to turn around, I'm going to go back to Cap and defend Cap, because that's where their main push is going to come from. There's enough of us going into the town that can hold that if needs be. So I'm just making my way back up the hill again. You'd have thought perhaps I should have waited a few minutes. But that's always worthwhile doing. When the match starts, don't just rush off. Not that you can rush off in the T28 Prototype, but just don't go rushing off in one direction. Have a good look at the map and just take a minute or so just to see what's actually occurring on the map, to see where the first bits of information are coming through in regards to the enemy tanks, where their main push is going to come from, if you like. And then based on that, from the characteristics of your tank, as to whether it's got a powerful cannon or whether it's speedy, medium, tank destroyer, light, etc., you can then make a better choice, I think, in where you're best placed to be on the map, and hopefully have a much better game. And we've all been there, haven't we? And I still do it now, and sometimes I kick myself of going to a spot where I think, well, why have I pushed all the way out here? I've got no coverage, I've got nobody to take any shots for me if I spot something, and I've made that mistake so many times. So I'm just really, I'm trying to gauge where I'm best placed on the map. And it's still quite early on, but we're down 4 tanks and they've only lost 1 tank. So a lot of people would say, that's it, the game's over, the game's done for, we've lost. And it's not always the case, because if you read the map correctly and put yourself in the best position that you can possibly put yourself into, at least, even if you're going to lose the match, and let's face it, it's just a video game at the end of the day, but even if you're going to lose the match, at least you'll be able to inflict a little bit of damage and try and make yourself out on the battlefield worthwhile. And you can't always do that, because sometimes the game just doesn't allow you to do that, the RNG and all the rest of it. But you just got to do the best that you can. And as I say, at the end of the day, it's just a video game, it's not real life, so you're not really going to lose anything. Albeit you don't make a lot of credits in the T28 Prototype. Oh well, I find I don't make a lot of credits in this tank at all, if I'm being honest. But that is why you've got premiums. They make you credits, and that's all I generally tend to do. And I'm just working my way up the line to try and get up to the E4. I've got the E4 on the console and I really like it, and I thought I'd try it on the PC variant and see what the differences are. And obviously I'll bring you videos on that in the future when I eventually get there. And the big difference that I find in regards to the PC from the console is, on the console, it just seems to be that you get your crew skills far quicker than you do on the PC, which for me personally, it takes a lot of battles to try and get your first skills through. So if you can get yourself a premium tank that you can build your crew skills up quite quickly on, it's worthwhile doing that, trust me. Because I've still got a few tanks in my garage which have just got absolute garbage crews on. And you take it out on the battlefield and it's just, it's horrific. It's painful to play, it really is. But you've just got to keep grinding away, and that's the key with this game, isn't it? It's just grinding. And through all the crap games, and we all have all these garbage games, and I still have loads of them, where you just can't seem to do anything right at all. No matter what you try and do, you end up dying pretty early on in the game. And we all still have loads of games like that. And even your Super Unicums, for the videos that you'll see on YouTube where they're doing this almighty amount of damage and always come top and all that kind of crap, if you're just an average player like me, you'll have more bad games than you will have good games. But it's all a learning process, isn't it? And you just got to keep plugging away and just banging away at it until you get better at the game. And I've found, certainly because I've kind of transitioned from the console to the PC, and I've said this many times, I would love my buddies on the console to transition over to the PC. I really would, because it would just be a breath of fresh air for them, because the kind of the feel that World of Tanks on the console is just stale now. It doesn't have the appeal that it used to have, especially with this update 6.0. Oh, don't get me started on that, but it's just it's not good. So for me personally, as I say, I've kind of transitioned more over to the PC variant of the game, and I love it. I love the game. I love the World War II historical element, and duking it out on different battlefields and stuff with all the different varieties of tanks. I love it. It's great. And so as I'm kind of throwing myself more and more into the PC side, it's just getting better and better for me, and I'm having a lot more fun. I kind of feel like I did when I first started playing World of Tanks on the console, because it was completely new to me, and I didn't really have a clue what I was doing. Well, I still don't, I suppose. I'm going to get shot yet. He's going to get me now, yeah. But I didn't really have a clue in what I was doing. But now I've kind of got an idea of what I'm doing, and there's more maps on the PC. It sounds like an advert, doesn't it, for promoting World of Tanks on the PC? And I probably am. But we turned this game around, and the Progetto's the only one that's left now. And as I say, I think he's up at A1. I'm pretty sure he's up there. If not, he's making his way back towards his base. So at the moment, I'm kind of thinking, well, you know, I've had a fairly okay-ish game, not brilliant. I haven't done a huge amount of damage, but I've kind of held my own, and that's the key to this, is as long as you can kind of hold your own and just do the best that you can, then you've had a good game. You don't always have to do 6, 7, 8,000 damage and come top all the time. It's about the input that you put into the game. So if you're new to World of Tanks on the PC or the console, that's what it's all about. It's just enjoying yourself, and don't get too stressed as to whether you've come top or not, or whether you've died early on in the game. It's all a learning process, and you've just got to do the best that you can and just learn and watch videos on YouTube and Cross-6 videos and hit that like and subscribe button. But that's a little plug there. But that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's just about having fun, and that's what this game should be all about. It should be where you look forward to playing the game, and even if you have really crap games, it just doesn't matter. You can't do anything about it. You can't change it. Just try and do better the next time. And I've noticed as well that there is a certain amount of toxicity within the game of the party chat, not the party chat, but the game chat itself, in-game chat, where you'll get people that will just say ridiculously stupid things, and probably if you met them in real life, they wouldn't be like that at all. But you know, it's just pack and parcel of the game, I guess. And but you do have the opportunity to turn all of that off if you want to. I just leave it on because it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't faze me. It doesn't put me up and down, to be quite honest with you. I still think that Progetto's up at A1. So I'm just kind of indicating on the map that of where I think he is. But sure enough, I think he's probably made his way back to the base to try and reset the cap. Oh, there he is there. But anyway, we go on to win this one. So anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. We'll go on to the end plates, and I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, then please consider hitting that like and subscribe. The like is really important because it helps analytically. So if you want to help the channel out, that's exactly what to do. Made 61,000 credits. So again, not too bad. So till the next one, guys, take care. Bye-bye.